Today's video is brought to you by Humblewood.net.
Hey, there he is.
Aiden, finally, welcome aboard.
I'm so f***ing sorry, guys.
It's no problem, we're all tired and dying inside.
You are 7 minutes late. You know what I could be doing in 7 minutes? I could have, got up and gotten a glass of water. And,
I could have warmed that water. Hello everyone, welcome to AI Dungeon. I'm here today with Jocat and Aiden. Hello guys.
Hello.
Today we're playing AI Dungeon. It is a website that allows you to play D&D, sort of fantasy-like games. It has other settings, mystery, apocalyptic, zombies. You can make custom scenarios, but today we're playing fantasy. We're gonna see what the AI has in store for us, and I have Joseph and Aiden here to sort of be my co-players as we tackle this thing and see what crazy, hectic scenarios we get thrown into. Joseph, pick our character.
Oh, am I gonna pick? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I like starting from the bottom, so let's pick peasant. I want us to be a peasant. Those are the best kinds of characters.
Aiden, what's our name?
Oh man, what could be your name? It's closer as Elvis.
Elvis? How do you spell it? A-E-L-B-I-S?
Did you mean Elvis Presley?
Dang nabbit!
It's okay. We're the fantasy version. Elvis.
You are Elvis, a peasant living in the kingdom of Larian. You have a pitchfork and nothing else.
And nothing else. You're
got
holy.
5 silver piece pitchfork. You wake up and begin working in the fields. You see a woman who looks like your mother walking towards you. She's beautiful and very sad looking. What do you want? She asks.
All right. Well, first we gotta come up. What's Elvis's what is their motivation? What do you think Elvis's motivation would be?
This guy wants to get on stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's making a name for himself.
He wants to be a,
Okay.
He wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
He wants to be famous.
So I guess since she's so interested in what do we want, we can say is like I'm trying.
Famous man.
Yeah, I'm trying to earn some money to move to the big city so I can perform.
We are doing one of those movies, huh?
Yeah. I wanna be big in the lights and
She doesn't look convinced. Your mom has been struggling to support her family on a meager wages as a maid at the castle. Her father died when she was young, leaving her an orphan.
That's why we're famous, because we live with such a low income and a family that is so humble, and we're like, no, we're made for more,
Do we want to just drop our pitchfork and move to the city?
Well, if we're in trouble and our working on this farm is not giving us the money that our family needs so that we can move to the city, I don't think Elvis is a very selfish person. He wants to take care of his family.
Yeah, he's still renting out this pitchfork. He hasn't even paid all the payments on it yet.
like moving to the big city is definitely an end goal, but he knows he can't do that right now because his family's struggling.
Maybe we'll work hard for the next 3 years of our life. Work
Yeah.
hard on the farm.
Farm.
For, I don't know, many years. What do you think we'll end on?
Until my family is better off.
Eventually, your family gets enough money to buy land and build a house. It isn't fancy.
We just worked for several years?
Oh,
It's not fancy, but it's comfortable and you're happy. The next year, you get married and leave the farm behind forever.
Well,
dang!
Who did we get married to?
What?
Who did we get married to? I want to know who our spouse is.
Wait, what?
Can we? Yeah, we're married to music. We don't stick around. We're the kind of guy
Tell wife
who
that
never
we need
settle
to
down.
leave now.
So we get married to the art of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this, yes.
I like that.
Now we need to get an instrument.
You spend all day in the store and finally leave after buying a lute. You take it back to your family's home where you where they play it for you.
What?
What? They play?
Oh, they're better than us. They don't know how to
No,
play,
it's for
but they
us.
seem pleased
No.
by the fact that you bought them something new
Grab
to
it
do.
from their hands and say it's
No.
your precious.
They gave you
It's
a
like
dirty
being
look,
Instagram.
but accept your gift
What?
gladly.
We're not giving it to you.
What?
It's not yours. Give it
We
back.
have to kill them, it's the only way.
You return
And I
home
am
to
just
find your family dead.
the dark side.
Oh, so we hired an assassin.
Mysterious.
He's playing along.
The loot lies on the floor near the bodies of your wife and children. You pick it up and start playing it for no reason at all. You play for hours, before you realize what you've done.
How could this happen? Oh, this is when we realize that our greatest motivator of inspiration is blood.
You compose a song about your life. It's simple but emotional. You sing it to yourself over and over again until you fall asleep. When you awake, you find yourself in the middle of a forest. There are trees everywhere and birds chirping loudly. Until you hear a voice call out to you. Who are you? It's your mother calling out to you. You run into the woods and find her lying unconscious on a rock.
Oh, she's alive.
They would do this too.
Pinch myself.
You wake up in the middle of nowhere. You're naked and covered in mud.
Oh, it wasn't.
A small fire burns nearby. You sit down to think about what happened. A voice calls out to you. Again, where am I?
Oh.
Say, no time, be pinch yourself again, because this is obviously and
Dreamception.
Let's ask, who are you? The DM is obviously just trying to plant seeds and really giving us pointers, and we're not taking them. Yeah.
Where is the big city?
Let's just try and go to the city. Like, maybe this dream has some sort of attachment to reality.
I need to go to Fantasy Chicago to play my first musical.
Going to Fantasy Chicago.
Suddenly, you stop and stare at a large building in the distance. It's big enough to be a castle, but it doesn't look like one. In fact, it looks more like some sort of giant mechanical spider made out of metal than anything else.
Oh god, it's
Is
a walking
that
city.
Chicago? Is that...
Also, we're still naked. We're still naked. Do we want to stay that way?
We're covered in mud, too.
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
Can we try to do some bard magic to make some clothes appear for us?
Oh, no. The mud is what's keeping our privates private.
It's like built up over our body.
Yeah, let's get closer.
Cast fly. Can we cast fly?
You fly up to the metal spider. When you reach the top, you catch sight of a huge door. You press your ear against it and listen carefully. This is an elevator. Go up. The elevator opens up into another room filled with machinery and computer screens.
Oh, this got cyberpunky.
Go up?
Touch some buttons.
Just take your hand and rub it across all the buttons.
And then just hear, initiating self-destruct. You enter the elevator and press buttons on the wall. The elevator begins to move upwards. Soon you arrive at a massive room full of machines and computers. There's a man sitting behind a desk typing away at his keyboard.
Ooh, hail him. Maybe he's just, like the gatekeeper. Let's hail the man. Yeah.
We have to be polite. We don't know anything
about We want to be nice to the people that we're eventually going to kill.
Hello, sir. I am Elbis. What's your name? My name is Jack. Nice to meet you, sir. My name's Dave.
Wait, who said who? There's one.
Dave? Yeah. Is that all you've got?
Dave, is that all you've got? What a dumb name, Dave.
Tell Dave to shut up and tell Jack they can tell you to Fantasy Chicago. Dave, you weren't part of this conversation, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Suddenly you hear a loud noise coming from the machine. You turn around and see a giant robot come out of the machine. Its head is shaped like a cannon and it has several guns pointing at you.
Oh, maybe this guy can show us where to get to Chicago.
Yeah.
Who's controlling this? Is this...
Yeah.
It's not Dave. I'm sure it's not Dave. It's Jack.
Ask Jake if he's controlling the robot and if he can stop it right now.
Jack stops the robot by throwing a wrench at it. That worked. It did, sir. You step back and watch as the robot turns around and runs off.
You better run.
Yeah, now we can ask him directions to get to Fantasy Chicago.
Where is this place?
Yeah.
Chicago, sir.
All right.
You nod and follow Jack down a long hallway. Eventually, you find yourself in front of a large steel door. So he's not actively hostile?
No, I think he's just being a gatekeeper and doing his job. Because we told his subordinate to shut up, so obviously he's like, hey, you can't talk to him that way. Only I can talk to him that way. So
yeah, the robot
it's understandable.
probably detected our aggression.
Let's open the steel door.
You open the door and walk inside. There's a large room with many tables and chairs. A few people are playing cards or other games, while others are working on various machines. On one table sits a man wearing a lab coat, holding a clipboard and staring intently at something on the screen.
I know, I just want to get to Chicago.
We should play a song called Take Me to Fantasy Chicago.
You pick up your lute and begin to play Take You to Fantasy Chicago. Suddenly the man looks over at you and smiles. He picks up his clipboard and walks over to you. I don't think we've met before.
Sorry.
I am Elvis, and I'm trying to get to Fantasy Chicago to play for a large audience.
Tell him that our family was murdered by someone.
Mysteriously.
My name is Elvis, and my family was murdered mysteriously 3 years ago. My brother James died in the attack, and my sister-in-law Mary was killed in the bombing.
Oh, the bombing? There was a bombing? Holy shit! Is there some kind of war going on right now? Jesus.
No, we did it, but we are lying,
okay.
guys. So ask him if he's a cop.
No, not yet. Then he looks at you again. So, how do you want to get there?
Fast and fabulously.
That's the spin-off to Fast and Furious that they never made.
You agree and start
Yes.
walking towards Fantasy Chicago. The man follows behind you. As soon as you reach the gate, the man throws his clipboard into a bin and begins running through different gates until he reaches another metal detector.
So we just walked to
Okay.
Fantasy Chicago. I guess maybe he showed us the way.
We only have a loot. We are literally nude. Metal detectors are not a problem. So we should probably look for the best bar or the best like club show at Fantasy Chicago.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't let you in. The man sighs and shakes his head.
Tell him, is it because I'm naked or is it the mud? Is it the blood in my fresh blood in my hands?
Well,
Dang nabbit, we're still naked.
Boys, we are a musician and we are devilishly handsome. You know what it's time for. It's time to seduce him.
You grab the man's hand and kiss him passionately. The man frowns and starts writing something on a pad of paper.
Tell him, can we go in now?
The man gives you a smile and walks off. You follow after him. As soon as you enter the club, it immediately fills with people. People are dancing, singing, and having fun. It's like an amusement park come to life.
Oh wow, we actually made it in. Sweet.
Okay,
Nice.
now we need to kill the band that is playing right now.
All right, yeah. Go up on stage and talk with the band, I guess.
Okay, yeah, we can try talking first.
You walk out onto the stage and look around. Everyone seems to be having a good time. One of the guys grabs your arm and pulls you close to him. You feel his hands caress against yours. Then suddenly he kisses you deeply on the lips.
Whoa, dude! I don't know
Whoa,
you.
consent, my dude.
Whoa,
Stop it.
that's not cool.
Only
Don't
we can
that.
do this.
Oh yeah, only we can do that. Slap him and go, I'm not
Yeah.
some harlot.
You slap him hard across the face. He falls backwards and stumbles back into the crowd. Hey, that wasn't necessary. You turn around and see a couple other men with guns pointed at you.
Oh my god. Wow.
We need to play the song "My Family Was Murdered." Please.
Oh
have
yeah.
mercy.
Play the song called My Family Was Murdered.
You play the song My Family Was Murdered on your lute. Everyone is listening intently to what you've got to say.
Oh, do we write lyrics now?
I just wanted fame. I am not the one to blame. My family was murdered. What a shame.
Suddenly, several bullets hit your chest.
No!
You fall backwards and die instantly.
What?
I think that's the end of
Oh my god.
Elvis.
I like to think that the bullets are what cut us off from finishing our sentence as we were singing.
It was amazing. I really liked it.
This was loads of fun, man. Thanks for inviting us.
I'd also like to mention this video's sponsor over at Humblewood.net. In case you've been living in the woods for the past few months, Humblewood is a campaign setting for 5e that lets you play as woodland creatures, with dozens of new and unique NPCs, monsters, locations, and freshly printed character tokens to boot. There's no shortage of content to mix your games up with. So, if you're looking for a new feel to D&D, check out Humblewood.net. Link in the description.